Hi there, you're watching Nightline with me, Natasha Busst. The top stories. 179 people killed in fireball after airliner belly landed and hit wall. And police on the hunt for suspects involved in child pornography activities. We begin Nightline with this story. 179 people were killed in the deadliest air accidents ever in South Korea on Sunday when an airliner belly landed and veered off the runway, erupting in a fireball as it slammed into a wall at Muan International Airport. According to authorities, the twin-engine Boeing 737-800 arriving from Bangkok, Thailand, with 175 passengers, including 2 Thai nationals and 6 crew on board, was attempting to land shortly after 9 a.m. local time at the airport. However, the plane was seen skidding down the runway with no visible landing gear before crashing into the wall in an explosion of flames and debris. Authorities cited a bird strike and adverse weather conditions as likely causes of the crash that flung passengers out of the plane and left it almost completely destroyed. The exact cause will be announced following a joint investigation. The crash is the worst for any South Korean airline since a 1997 Korean air crash in Guam that killed more than 200 people. Following the tragic accident, emotions ran high at the airport as families of passengers of Jeju Air flight gathered in a waiting lounge to get updates from authorities. Some relatives screamed and wept loudly as Muan County Public Health Center Director Kim Sung-chol announced the names of 22 victims identified by their fingerprints. In the meantime, local fire and rescue departments confirmed that 2 crew members, a man and a woman, were rescued from the tail section of the burning plane. They were being treated at hospitals with medium to severe injuries. Meanwhile, South Korean airline Jeju Air Chief Executive Officer CEO Kim Lee-bae bowed in apology on Sunday following the tragic incident involving one of his airline's planes at the Muan International Airport. He also issued a sincere apology and condolences to those who have lost their lives in the accident and their families.
사고로 인해서 유명을 달리하신 탑승객분들과 유가족분들께 깊은 애도와 사과의 말씀을 올립니다.
In a short media briefing, Kim said the cause of the crash was still unknown, adding that the aircraft had no record of accidents and there were no early signs of malfunction. He noted that his airline would cooperate with investigators and make supporting the bereaved their top priority. Earlier, South Korean acting president Choi Sang-mok arrived at the scene and urged the safety teams to intensify efforts in the search and rescue operation. Choi also held an emergency meeting at Muan County office and said the government was channeling all its resources into dealing with the crash. The acting president also declared a national mourning period until January 4th over the catastrophic accident. In the meantime, the Foreign Ministry confirmed that no Malaysians were aboard the ill-fated Jeju Air flight, which crashed at the Muan International Airport on Sunday. In a statement, Wisma Putra said the ministry is closely monitoring the aftermath of the tragedy through the Malaysian embassy in Seoul. The ministry also extended Malaysia's deepest sympathies and condolences to the victims and families affected by the incident, as well as to the people and governments of the Republic of Korea. Bukit Aman is in the process of tracking down 5 more suspects suspected of being involved in child pornography activities in the country. Deputy Inspector General of Police Datuk Sri Ayub Khan Maidin Piche said this follows the arrest of 13 individuals across 6 states during Oppido last week.
Dengan bantuan SKM, kita akan terus mengesan. Kalau ada lagi, kita akan tangkap. Saya rasa mungkin ada lagi. Kalau ikut yang target asal pun ada 18 target. Yang kita dapat 13, mungkin ada baki lagi. Dan saya kira ada lagi target-target yang kita akan.
He was speaking to the media after closing a criminal investigation department's leadership program in Ipoh. Meanwhile, Ayub Khan revealed that most of the individuals arrested during Oppido claimed they were unaware that possessing, storing, and distributing child sexual abuse material, or CSAM, was a criminal offense. He dismissed the excuse as unreasonable, as he said the authorities have issued numerous public warnings about CSAM, which is classified as a violent crime. On December 23rd, Inspector General of Police Tan Sri Razaruddin Hussain revealed that 13 men were arrested in 6 states on suspicion of committing online sexual offences involving CSAM. The suspects, aged between 20 and 74, were arrested at 18 locations in Kuala Lumpur, Selangor, Pulau Pinang, Johor, Perak, and Terengganu. In Kelantan, 2 soldiers were charged at the Kota Baru Sessions Court on Sunday with raping a 10-year-old girl at a house in Jelawat, Bacho. Both of the accused pleaded not guilty after the charges were read to them before Judge Ahmad Bazli Barrudin. The accused, 39-year-old Mahadi Ismail and 20-year-old Aizat Hakim Muhammad, were accused of raping the then 10 years and 8 months old girl at a house in Taman Siti Jaya, Jelawat Bacho, in April last year. They were charged under the Penal Code and may face a maximum of 30 years imprisonment, including caning upon conviction. The court allowed a 10,000 ringgit bail with 1 surety each and ordered both the accused to report to the nearest police station once a month and not to contact the victim or prosecution witnesses. The case is set for mention and document submission on February 2nd. 2 East Coast states in Peninsular Malaysia have once again been hit by floods, with some 1,122 people evacuated in Kelantan and Terengganu. As of 10 p.m. on Sunday, Kelantan recorded 646 victims in 17 temporary relief centres, PPS. The majority of victims are located in Tanah Merah, with 419 victims in 11 PPS. This is followed by Machang with 2 PPS and Kuala Krai with 3 PPS. The 2 districts affected in Terengganu are Hulu Terengganu with 366 evacuees in 10 relief centres and Busst with 113 evacuees in 5 PPS. This is the 3rd time the 2 states have been affected by floods this year, following continuous heavy rainfall since Saturday. According to the Department of Irrigation and Drainage Public Info Banjir website, Sungai Golok in Kampung Jenop has exceeded the danger level, while Sungai Sokor in Kampung Sokor is past the warning level. Meanwhile, 5 rivers in Hulu Terengganu, Busst and Kemaman recorded water levels past the danger level. Around 200 homes are thought to have been affected after a flood barrier adjoining Taman Sri Alam in Saujana Utama broke and overflowed into the residential area on Sunday afternoon. The Saujana Utama Volunteer Fire Brigade received an emergency call at 5:15 p.m. and dispatched 5 officers and members to the scene. Upon arrival, they found the water level in the affected residential area to be 1 foot high. Bestari Jaya Fire and Rescue Station Chief Azrael Izaidi Ahmad said that the floodwater had now receded. He said only 1 low-lying alley was still flooded, and the fire and rescue departments will be carrying out water suction work in the area. Meanwhile, Selangor Fire and Rescue Department's Assistant Director for Operations, Ahmad Muklis Mokhtar, had earlier reported that there were no injuries or fatalities in the incident. The Federal Territories Islamic Religious Department, JAWI, has been instructed to conduct a detailed investigation following a viral video showing a group of people reciting zikr in an unusual manner at a Muslim cemetery. Minister in the Prime Minister's Department, Datuk Sri Muhammad Naim Mokhtar, stressed that the government will not compromise on any actions or practices that clearly contradict Islamic teachings. The video, which was uploaded by a Facebook user on Saturday, shows a group of people dressed in white. The group was observed bobbing their heads as they chanted what was believed to be zikr that was not according to norms in broad daylight. It is believed that the incident was recorded at a Muslim cemetery in Taman Ibu Kota Setapak at about 10 a.m. the same day. Checks on Sunday, however, found that the 2 videos had been taken down. As such, the Prime Minister's Department for Religious Affairs has instructed JAWI to conduct a detailed investigation into the incident. Those with information are also encouraged to come forward to assist Jawi in the investigation. Earlier, Wang Samaju Police Chief Assistant Commissioner Muhammad Lazim Ismail confirmed that a report over the video had been received at 4:23 p.m. The Companies Commission of Malaysia, SSM, investigated 19 companies suspected of operating illegal investment schemes during the first 6 months of this year. The investigations are centered on fraudulent activities, including deceiving the public into investing money, offering shares, or soliciting deposits. However, the SSM said further details regarding the companies and the specific actions to be taken currently cannot be disclosed in order to preserve the integrity and confidentiality of the investigation. Since 2017, SSM investigated 197 companies suspected of similar activities. The highest number of cases occurred in 2021, with 32 investigations during the COVID-19 pandemic, followed by 31 cases in 2022. All illegal investment cases are investigated under the Companies Act and the Interest Schemes Act. SSM works closely with other enforcement agencies to ensure comprehensive investigations from various legal perspectives. The Commission is also involved in joint investigations through special operations led by the National Financial Crime Prevention Center. The Commission said upon completion of the investigations, findings will be forwarded to the Deputy Public Prosecutor for recommendations on potential prosecution or other appropriate action. The Road Transport Department, RTD, has issued more than 5,000 offence notices on commercial and public service vehicles during a 5-day special technical raid operation that began on December 25th. The notices involved vehicle detentions, inspection orders, and questioning after inspections were conducted on 17,729 vehicles. According to Transport Ministry Secretary General Datuk Jana Santiran Munyayan, action can be taken against drivers who have been in violation of the regulations, aside from having their vehicles impounded.
Ini kenderaan-kenderaan yang memang tak boleh berada di atas jalan raya pada pandangan teknikal daripada pandangan JPJ sendiri yang telah disita dan dia akan dibawa ke mahkamah.
Jana Santiran was speaking to the media on the last day of the operation at the Seremban southbound rest and service area. He said a recurring issue with commercial vehicles, such as lorries and trailers, is the use of unsuitable or retreaded tires on the road. He said the issue has been a key focus of the operation, aside from ensuring brakes and tires are in proper condition. Meanwhile, Jana Santiran said the department has deployed over 1,500 personnel nationwide to strengthen enforcement of trade-related offences, including overloading, technical issues, documentation, and traffic violations, particularly during festive seasons. Police confirmed the discovery of a man's body in the boot of a car found in the bushes along KM26 of Jalan Jemaluwang Kahang in Mersing, Johor on Saturday. 2 individuals have been arrested in connection with the case. According to Mersing Police Chief Abdul Razak Abdullah Sani, police received a phone call from a member of the public informing them about the car at about 1:50 p.m. on Saturday. The vehicle had earlier attracted attention after it was seen being swarmed with flies. The victim, a 28-year-old man, is believed to have been murdered before being placed in the boot of his own car. Based on the information gathered, a special investigation team arrested a man and a woman suspected of being involved in the case at 4:30 a.m. on Sunday. The duo, aged 33 and 35 respectively, had been remanded for 7 days. Abdul Razak said with the arrest, the case has been solved in less than 24 hours. He said the motive for the murder was believed to be the victim's alleged relationship with the suspect's ex-wife. In Johor, a tour bus driver was fined 6,000 ringgit in default 1 year's jail by the Johor Bahru Magistrates Court on Sunday for vandalizing a Taiwanese woman's car. The sentence was handed down after 38-year-old Muhammad Nazri Elias pleaded guilty before Magistrate Hidayatul Shuhada Shamsuddin. Muhammad Nazri was accused of committing mischief by breaking the side mirrors and scratching the victim's car, resulting in 5,000 ringgit in losses. The offence was allegedly committed at Jalan Pantai heading towards Permas Jaya in Johor Bahru at 9:05 p.m. on December 20th. The charge, framed under the Penal Code, carries a maximum penalty of 5 years imprisonment, a fine or both upon conviction. A video of the incident, which has since gone viral on social media, shows a man acting aggressively and damaging the car belonging to the victim. According to Johor Bahru Selatan District Police Chief ACP Raup Selamat, preliminary investigations revealed that the suspect was frustrated as the victim refused to let him switch lanes, which led to the incident. Muhammad Nazri was arrested in Bukit Senyum on December 23rd, and background checks revealed that he has 3 prior criminal records related to drug abuse. National team emerged victorious at Asian Open Silambam Championship. Sports after this breather.
Enam wartawan mewarnai 52 episod
ceritan kisah di sebalik tabir Majalah 3 sepanjang tahun 2024.
Bila kameraman turun pula, masalah dia ialah air ketika tu berombak apa semua. Jadi memang takutlah.
Bila buat suntingan, kita kena tengok balik. Nangislah lagi. Mula-mula sampai bila dia ambil je, makan tu kan saya cengang Cina.
Lebih kurang dalam 1 minit, itu adalah golden hour.
Dia akan ada momen-momen kita akan dapat shot yang kita nak.
Penjaja warga asing cetus kegusaran peniaga tempatan.
Diorang mungkin yang tak ada permit semua, so tidak adil untuk warga tempatan.
Undang-undang tolak tepi, kebersihan diabaikan.
Kebersihan lah. Kita tak tahu kat belakang kita cara hidup diorang. Compare dengan penjaja-penjaja kita lah.
Saksikan 999 Selasa jam 9 malam di TV3 dan stream sekarang melalui Tonton.
Makanan eksotik pasti ada peminat-peminat yang tersendiri. Tapi apakah khasiatnya?
Meraihkan pahit manis juga kejayaan yang dilakari negara sepanjang tahun 2024.
2025, azam baru, semangat baru dan juga jati diri yang lebih jitu.
Semua nak bawa keluarga pergi melancong kan? Tapi kalau kita kena scam, apa hak kita sebagai mangsa?
Dan dilema belanja sekolah dan belanja hari raya kita rungkaikan dalam Soal Wang.
Malaysia hari ini setiap Isnin hingga Jumaat jam 10 pagi.
Stream ditonton juga eksklusif di TV3.
Lebih segar, lebih dinamik. Laporan komprehensif menghidupkan pagi anda.
Buletin pagi dengan waktu yang baharu. 9.30 pagi setiap hari bermula 1 November.
Terima kasih 2024. Anda adalah inspirasi kami.
Melodi terhangat di tanggal pertama.
Masing-masing ada penceritaan yang tersendiri ya.
Macam dulu mesra tanpa
yang dijadikan sebagai kedai runcit.
Assalamualaikum dan apa khabar penonton Nona sekalian?
Kita dapat perbezaan yang ketara antara Dr. Para, Dr. Tentera dan juga Dr. Awam.
Ia ditulis oleh seorang bernama Abu Abdullah.
Korang dah duduk berdua-duaan dalam kereta ni. Benda ni salah tau.
Mak tokek ikan. Financial stability out. Over my dead body.
Asalkan puan tolong restu perkahwinan kami.
Abah! Ma, Abah ambil duit cuma.
What? Video ni dah viral sekarang.
Tahun baru.
Cerita baru.
Siap sedia untuk tahun
2025.
We're back with sports. National Silambam team bagged 12 gold medals to emerge overall champions at the Asian Open Championship in Qatar on Saturday. Malaysia's Silambam Association President, Dr. M. Surais, said 6 national exponents clinched 2 gold medals each via the individual artistic staff spinning and combat categories at the Doha Sports Complex. He stated that the gold medals were won by Prakash, Shasti Vena, Linesri, Kavitira, Darnisha and Ranisha. He added that all 6 of them displayed splendid performances in their respective categories, bringing home 12 gold medals and emerging as overall champions. Meanwhile, host Qatar and the United Arab Emirates, UAE, finished 2nd and 3rd in the tournament that was also participated by representatives from India and Saudi Arabia. On to football, the Liga Portugal. FC Porto rounded out 2024 in style with a thumping 4-0 victory over Boa Vista in front of a jubilant home crowd on Sunday. The hosts opened the scoring in the half-hour mark after Samu Agehua tapped in a sublime low-driven cross from Martin Fernandez. 10 minutes after the interval, Boa Vista conceded once again by a tap-in when Nico Gonzalez slotted home Rodrigo Mora's dangerous cross. Rodrigo Mora then added to the visitors' misery 4 minutes later when he added the third with a curler into the top corner. In the 88th minute, Agehua secured his brace with a thunderous half volley inside the box to seal the 4-0 rout for Porto. With the result, Porto extended their lead at the top, just 2 points ahead of rivals Benfica. Moving on to tennis, the United Cup. A mixed doubles decider gave Czech Republic a 2-1 victory over Norway in their Group B opener on Sunday. In the opening women's singles match, Karolina Muchova gave Czech Republic an early 1-0 lead over Norway when she swept Malin Helgo 6-2, 6-2 in 1 hour and 17 minutes. Meanwhile, in the men's singles, Team Norway's Kasper Ruud held off Czech's Tomáš Machač 7-6, 5-7, 6-4 to level the score to 1-1 and send the tie to a deciding mixed doubles match. In the mixed doubles, Machač and Muchova got the upper hand over Norway's Viktor Durosovic and Ulrike Eicher after dominating them in straight sets 6-4, 6-4 to clinch the tie. Norwegians will play their final Group B tie against defending finalists Poland on Monday, while the Czechs will take on the Poles on Wednesday. In Group E match, Alexander Zverev powered Germany to a commanding 3-0 victory over Brazil, marking a winning start to their United Cup defense. Laura Siegemund gave Germany an early lead after defeating Beatriz Haddad-Maia 6-3, 1-6, 6-4 in the women's singles. Zverev then made it 2-0 for Germany after easing past Thiago Monteiro 6-4, 6-4 in just over an hour. Siegemund later returned in the mixed doubles with partner Team Putz to beat Carolina Alves and Rafael Matos 7-6, 6-4 to give Germany the 3-0 clean sweep. Plane crash in Australia leaves 1 dead. The details when Nightline returns.
Ingat senang ke jadi influencer? Macam mana Leo? Ramai mata memerhati tau. Sampaikan ada yang cuba jadi lebih dari sekadar kawan.
내가 너를 좋아하는 것 같아, 베쿠라.
나도 좋아해, 보이는데.
3쇼 시작하겠습니다.
Live on mulai 31 Disember, Isnin hingga Khamis 11 malam. Shotnya berke-drama di Cam Sarang TV3 dan stream sekarang melalui Tonton.
Sam, nampak jam saya tak?
Alah, awak yang tak kemas betul-betul. Semak lah, serabut tau.
Hidup ini keras. Kita patut bertolak ansur dengan pasangan kita.
Kita kena ambil berat, ambil peduli dan saling berkongsi kesenangan dan kepayahan kerana ia adalah penghubung kasih sayang.
Kucing anda ada personality superstar? Inilah masa si Comel sertai pertandingan Cat Fashion Week. Hantar video 1 minit paling bergaya. Email ke contest@tv3.com.my atau muat naik ke media sosial sebelum 31 Disember. Jangan lupa hashtag kucing terpilih bakal melangkah ke pusingan seterusnya dengan hadiah menarik. Info lanjut di TV3 Malaysia. Jadikan si bulus anda super meowdel terfamous.
Kena kenal siapa mewah, barulah kita boleh strategize. Macam mana kita nak menang hati mewah.
You stop I kan? I akan report polis.
Kalau kau nak buat keputusan, mana yang paling terbaik untuk kau, solat istiqamah.
I nak you kuat. Kalau you kuat, I akan kuat juga.
Antara Dua Syurga mulai 3 Januari, Jumaat dan Sabtu 9 malam. Terbaru di Lestari TV3 dan stream juga melalui Tonton.
On to the foreign front. Just hours after the tragic plane crash in South Korea, a portion of an Air Canada plane caught fire after skidding down the runway upon landing at Halifax Airport, Canada. According to authorities, Flight 2259 had just arrived from St. John's, Newfoundland, when a malfunction in the landing gear triggered a fire that spread across part of the aircraft. Reports said that the runway mishap began when one of the plane's tires failed to deploy correctly, resulting in an imbalance which caused the aircraft's wing to scrape along the tarmac, sparking a blaze. Following this, the Halifax Stanfield International Airport is temporarily closed, with official information regarding the number of people on board or casualties yet to be attained. Meanwhile, another plane crash occurred in the north of Sydney on Sunday, resulting in the death of one passenger while another seriously injured. Emergency services were dispatched to the site on Palmer's Island at approximately 11:20 a.m. local time. Authorities said that the pilot, who was a man in his 60s, was pronounced dead at the scene. Meanwhile, the sole passenger was treated at the scene due to serious injuries before being transported to a nearby hospital. The Australian Broadcasting Corporation reported that the plane crashed just off the airfield's runway. Currently, police have established a crime scene to investigate the circumstances surrounding the incident and have urged members of the public to stay away from the area. A light aircraft operated by Jazeera Aviation Club crashed into the sea off the coast of Ras Al Khaimah, resulting in the deaths of the pilot and co-pilot. This recent crash marks the fourth aircraft accident on Sunday. The General Civil Aviation Authority, GCAA, confirmed that the accident, stating that investigations are underway to determine the cause. Authorities stated that the victims as 26-year-old Indian doctor Sulaiman Al-Majid and 29-year-old Pakistani woman. In a statement, the GCAA extended its condolences to the families and loved ones of the two victims, expressing deep sympathy for their loss. Severe weather disrupted holiday travel across the U.S. on Saturday, with deadly tornadoes in the southeast and heavy snow and wind on the west coast, delaying or canceling thousands of flights across the country. The National Weather Service and local law enforcement said at least 10 tornadoes touched down in the southeastern U.S. states of Texas, Louisiana, and Mississippi, leaving one person dead near Houston and injuring several others. Tracking site Flight Aware stated that due to the tornadoes, more than 7,000 flights in the U.S. were delayed and over 200 were cancelled. Officials meanwhile said many homes and schools were severely damaged or destroyed in the storms, with roofs torn off houses and vehicles flipped over. South Korea's suspended President Yoon Suk-yeol refused a summons to appear for questioning on Sunday, the third time he has defied investigators' demands in 2 weeks. The Local Corruption Investigation Office for High-Ranking Officials, CIO, in a statement, said Yoon did not appear at the office at 10 a.m., adding that the Joint Investigation Headquarters will review and decide on future measures. The CIO is expected to decide in the coming days whether to issue a fourth summons or ask a court to grant an arrest warrant to compel Yoon to appear for questioning. Previously, the suspended president failed to attend a hearing to which he was summoned last Wednesday, giving no explanation for his absence. He is being investigated by prosecutors as well as a joint team comprising police, defense ministry, and anti-corruption officials, while the Constitutional Court deliberates on the impeachment motion passed by Parliament. If upheld by the court, which is required to deliver its ruling within 6 months of the impeachment, a by-election must be held within 60 days of the court's decision.
سروان مجتبی شهیدی تحقیقات پلیس شهرستان بندرلنگی که در حمله تروریستی متعهد اهل بخش‌های حواس بود و 4
And that concludes Nightline this time around. Before we leave, let's take a look at the 37th Sun Island International Stowe Sculpture Expo in the northeastern Chinese city of Harbin, where visitors can enjoy a range of exciting new features throughout its inaugural weekend. With that, I'm Natasha Busst. Thank you for watching and stay safe.